Good evening, crypto degens. How are you doing this fine evening? Actually, it's afternoon here in not so sunny Spain. It's been raining nonstop. The crypto markets are looking dicey, super dicey. Look at this. XRP is down 14%. I love it. Bitcoin is down almost 9% right now. Funny thing I noticed is that actually, like, Bitcoin and the altcoins are just kind of moving. They're like dropping at the same level. Usually it's like Bitcoin drops 2%, and then the other coins, they just drop like 15%. But actually, some coins are dropping less than Bitcoin. Solana is almost up to Bitcoin right now, here at 7.1%. But earlier it was just like 5%, and Bitcoin was dropping like 9%. I was like, wow, Solana's dropping less than Bitcoin. Maybe, people think that altcoins are just already super, super cheap, which I think they are. Anyways, so how do we deal with this? How should we be treating this market? Like, what should we be doing? There's kind of two schools of thought here, and let's take a look at Raoul Pal first. He says the game you should be playing, market cap from 3 trillion to 100 trillion in the next 8 to 10 years. So if we kind of look at this graph, basically this graph just shows us the trajectory of crypto. It says the total crypto market, that includes excluding stable coins, so that doesn't include stable coins, but the whole market, how it's gone up since 2015. And so it's more or less following this line. So are you gonna like just sell, buy, sell, buy, sell? Like what are you gonna do? And he's just basically saying that you need to hodl. I'm assuming he's saying you need to hodl good coins. He's saying the game you are playing, market timing, trade every move, FOMO, panic, stop loss, chase it back, follow every trader on X in a desperate attempt to smooth the cycle while actively destroying P and L. And then he says, the reality is I've never seen anyone trade a secular rising asset making more money by trading it. The people who make the most money just hold it and add on weakness to compound returns over time. So he's saying, don't try to trade the ups and downs. Just hold it. Just hold it long term, because the asset, we're in a period of adoption. The asset is going up over time. Well, in this case, the whole market is going up over time. So just hold it. You'll make more money than trading. You won't have all the headaches. Now, I'm assuming he's telling you to hold good stuff. Like, you don't want to hold all kinds of different coins all over the place, all kinds of different market caps. You want to hold the big coins, the well-established coins. That's the safer bet. You can hold a few more risky coins, but long term, a lot of coins disappear. So you want to hold most of your money in the bigger coins. And then here he says, the people that make the most money just hold and add on weakness to compound returns over time. So now we're in a moment of weakness. Now this is serious weakness. We've got Bitcoin down to its previous high in 2021. Altcoins are super low. Super, not BNB, and not Solana. Solana's low, quite low. Some are super low. They never really recovered from the last winter. Like Cardano didn't totally recover. It recovered a little bit, and now it's super, super low. So yeah. And then the other school of thought, we have 𝗪𝗿𝗂𝗁 here, says critical thesis for surviving the market with profits still alive. So it's like, basically saying preserve your capital. So the cycle is not the same as it was in 2021, is what he says. The previous playbook was to accumulate in the bear market, hold through volatility, sell at all-time highs, and that worked perfectly. So like if we had Bitcoin, let's say it was 2021, and Bitcoin went way up and people sold. Well, came down and went way up again. So it went way up, and let's say you sold it somewhere on its way up or somewhere on its way down. You made a big profit. It fell all the way down here, and then you started buying again. So basically you bought it cheaper, and then you sold it when it was expensive. That was the strategy. But he's saying that now currently most altcoins will never reach old highs. So just holding altcoins, holding all these different coins is not going to work. He's saying it's not going to work. So basically, because a lot of them are just going to disappear. So he's saying narratives die faster, recovery isn't guaranteed. It's not guaranteed these coins are going to come back. The old strategy destroys portfolios now. So he's saying that you should trade catalysts, so you get good news, buy news, or something pumps up, you sell it, and immediately buy something else. No long-term conviction on altcoins. You just take a profit. When something happens, it goes up, you take a profit, and that's it. And if you hold waiting for a long-term recovery, you're going to be exit liquidity for traders, people who are buying and selling quickly. Adapt. Okay, so I don't agree with this narrative at all, because he's saying that there's so many altcoins now and none of them are going to stay with us, and that's simply not true. I think the good ones are going to stay with us. There's going to be probably fewer ones that succeed or that go up in good markets than before. But if you just try to trade the market, you're just going to get crushed. You're going to get destroyed. In my opinion, this is an absolutely terrible, terrible strategy. Now, it's a good idea to take some profit. When you've been buying something cheap, it goes up a lot. Take some money off the table, because you don't always want to be putting money into the market and never taking any out, because then it's like never making any money. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. Crypto President, Strategic Reserve, ETFs, Sailor, Tether, Coinbase, El Salvador, Meta Planet, institutional adoption, and the worst Bitcoin cycle in history. So she's saying that we've had every good catalyst that you can imagine, and we're in this is the most depressed time ever. So what this is telling us, and what I said in my last video or in the previous one, is that it's interesting to see how we have everything going in favor, absolutely everything we could ever have wanted, ever imagined, with all the adoption, with the institutions getting in, with the banks getting in, with the laws being turned in favor of crypto. Everything we wanted, we're getting everything we wanted, and the market is just dropping. So it's telling us that the market doesn't always move according to the way it should, according to the news, according to things that you would think it would make it go up. So it just seems like the market wants to go down because it feels like the cycle has to end and Bitcoin has to go down before it can go up again. So we cannot depend on news. We cannot depend on good things for the market to go up, the short term. Many altcoins are holding strong during the BTC dump because they can't go lower than minus 99%. Yeah, that's what I said in the beginning. Some altcoins are only down 5%, 4%, while Bitcoin is down 8%. And that's very different than what normally happens. Usually Bitcoin's down 2%, altcoins down 10, 15%. But altcoins are so low because altcoins did not go up. From 2022 to 2026, there was a period when altcoins were going up, 2023, the beginning of 2024, for 3 or 4 months. But then they dropped, and then they went back down. And it's just been Bitcoin going up. So as Bitcoin's been going up, altcoins have been going down. And they're just so low that they're not dropping at the rate that they would normally be dropping with Bitcoin going down. This guy says the same thing. I think he copied. So Mark says, the shakeout is ripping the Band-Aid off. Painful now, but necessary for what's about to happen. Crypto is the future, but too many chains have spread liquidity too thin. Thousands of networks competing for the same use cases, and investor capital is simply not sustainable. There has to be a purge, and we're likely in the midst of it. Why now? We're in a pre-regulation phase. Weak projects have to die. Liquidity will concentrate. Survivors emerge. Yes, it is true that we don't need 100 chains. But we've always had a lot of cryptos. Now there's a lot of meme coins. They're created very easily, but that doesn't matter. We're always going to have, the top 100, top 200, top 300. There's always going to be a lot of cryptocurrency. There's always going to be a lot of chains. There's going to be a lot of applications. The thing is that probably the top ones are the ones that are going to do well because they're the ones that are going to get the most adoption. So I don't think it matters how many coins we have. But we do have to focus on just holding the good ones, and then we can make some, gambling bets here and there. My bet was Sonic, which used to be Phantom, which was successful in the past. A lot of people use it for DeFi in 2021, 2022. Then they changed the name. Now, some years have passed, and it seems like nobody's using it. It's a great chain. It's run by a brilliant guy that everybody respects, but it's just not being used. So I sold it. I was accumulating, buying it cheaper, but in the end I had to sell it and I put it into another chain that I thought would come back. So yeah, I mean, I agree. Like maybe we're gonna have, I don't want to say more. I would say more than 5 to 10. Maybe we have like 20 or 30 blockchains that do more or less well. Oops, already saw that one. Okay, so this Emin dude says, we said this years ago and developed technologies that are years ahead of others. Who's this guy? Is this from Avalanche? Who's this dude from? Yeah, I think it's Avalanche. 𝗵𝗿𝗱𝗲𝗵, yes, okay. Yeah, so apparently the guy that created Ethereum, he was saying something about the layer 2s. The layer 2s are blockchains that are on top of Ethereum. It's like a separate blockchain, but it works on top of Ethereum, and it uses Ethereum for like security and for several things, but it's much faster. So he's saying that this solution that was previously used, and there's several blockchains like this, so that doesn't sound good for them, but he's saying this was not a good solution now. That's kind of terrible thing to say, because what about all these blockchains that have been built that people use and people invested in? So and there's quite a few, and they're doing pretty well, and also one of them is Base from Coinbase. So I have one, it's Polygon, but Polygon is actually more of a side chain than a layer 2 at this point. So anyways, there was some mention, I think, by Vitalik, the guy from Ethereum, about AVAX, talking about it working well with tokenization or something like that. I don't know the details. I should have checked it out. So here, this guy says the entire crypto industry is about to find out that they're at least 5 years behind the technology development compared to Avalanche. That's AVAX. As the blockchain gets adopted for real business use case moving forward, Avalanche network effect will be more prominent. So AVAX has like 3 chains, like the C chain, the P chain, and the X chain, I think it is. And for some reason, it's well built for, I think, tokenization. It's starting to get a lot of adoption for tokenization of real world assets. That's when you put like a real world asset like real estate on the blockchain, something that's very big right now. It's what's happening. So yeah, it seems like AVAX is doing well in that sense. And I love AVAX. I've been buying AVAX ever since 2021. So I really hope AVAX does well, because then I'll do well. Elio says, the risk of exchange going under in these conditions is very real. Happens every time. So yeah, don't keep any money in centralized exchanges. Don't keep your money in Binance. Binance is probably not going to go under, but don't keep it in Binance. Don't keep it in KuCoin. Don't keep it in 𝘃𝗍. Don't keep it in any exchange. Only what you're buying and selling at the time. Move it to a ledger. Move it to cold storage, to a hard wallet. And don't leave it on software wallets either, on your computer, on browser wallets. Don't leave it on browser wallets like MetaMask. Though that's a risk, because if you get a virus in your computer, they can hack your private keys and take your money. So don't ever leave money on just small amounts to play with. I have some in wallets like that. Oh yeah, and I don't know, I have that here, it was for something. The only bearish argument right now, Peter from the House of Crypto says, is a repeating pattern. Brutal shakeout, market manipulation. The chart below suggests lows for October. I still believe we see a new BTC all-time high by October. Yeah, so now let's just looking at market sentiment, what are people saying? Well, we know the sentiment is bad, but I think it's interesting to see what people are saying, because then the mood of the market. If it's bad, then the price is probably going to go down. I mean, I'm kind of optimistic. I kind of agree with Peter. I feel like the price of Bitcoin is dropping very fast. So it's like we're just getting the pain over with quicker. Once it gets down to a certain point, then people are just going to start buying it up. I mean, just no one's going to let it get past a certain point, because when it's cheap, people are going to start buying it. If you think the Trump family that holds 25% of their entire net worth in crypto built this to destroy Bitcoin, you are an idiot. So much higher. Yeah, the Trumps started a business of Bitcoin mining, which is weird. Like, at this point, it must be very competitive. So yeah, Trump is definitely all in. I don't think Trump really knows much about the details of this stuff. It's his kids that are really into it. Eric Trump, mostly. So I mean, yeah, I mean, he just probably wants. I think he believes in it. He wants the technology to do well. He wants America to be number one in the technology. But also, you know, his kids love it, and so I think he wants them to do well also. Holy Bitcoin just went under 70,000. No one can explain what is happening. Yeah, so now we're down to, I think I said this at the beginning, we're down to below the previous high of 2021. So that's kind of a good thing, I think, in terms of being able to get back to, get back going upward again. I'm so articulate, it's amazing. Yeah, like so like here and like we went slightly below here in 2021. This was the high, like 67,000. Yeah, okay, yeah, 67,600 or something. It appeared here, and we're at 60,251. So yes, so that's good. That's good. That will help everything reset. And we don't know how low it's gonna go, but I mean, I really think we should take advantage of these prices. At least I'm gonna. Maybe I'll wait a few more days to buy again because I've been buying every dip basically. You always want to have money on the side to buy dips, to buy crashes. You always got to keep some of the money on the side. Don't ever be all in. Always keep something. Well, you can be all in when it's going up. When it's going up, I don't buy anymore. I only buy when it's going down. Okay, so everything is crashing according to Box Mining. Gold, silver, crypto, stocks, dollar. Genuine question, what the F are we supposed to buy? Because you want to buy something. You don't want your money sitting, wasting away, getting killed against inflation. So Alex Becker says, literally everything as people panic and stack melting cash. Yeah, that's it. When stuff is cheap, start buying. Who cares? And we don't know where the bottom is. Just, I'm buying. I'm buying because this is a time when money is made. This is a time when people become rich. When stuff is cheap, not when it's going up. It can go a lot lower. You can get killed. Well, yeah, maybe it'll go a lot lower. You don't know, but it's like you got to take a chance. Ash Crypto says, where are those mofos who said, I wish I bought Bitcoin at 70,000 when Bitcoin was at 126,000? Why aren't they showing up? Totally true. Totally. Wall Street has coordinated and manipulated the price severely to maximize their buying. Banks, institutions, hedges. They all want Bitcoin. They all want strategy out. This is the biggest bear trap in history. Do not fall victim. We hodl. Yeah, we're back to the theory that everything's being manipulated. That seems to make sense. But we don't know. Who knows? Lark Davis, real talk. Everybody wants to own one whole Bitcoin, but nobody wants to buy when a fire sale presents itself. Again, we come to the conundrum. The same as always. People want assets. They want to buy them cheap, but then when they get cheap, they don't want to buy them because they're afraid. Because when something's going down, you're afraid it's going to keep going down. When something's going up, you get FOMO and you got to buy it. Now is when you got to buy it. Now is when you got to get in. I'm not getting into Bitcoin because there's no way I'm going to get rich. I mean, I can't put like 100,000 in Bitcoin and just be happy with a 3 or 4x. I need to buy like something else with better chances of appreciation, like Solana or something like that. Kale Abe, we're speed running this bear market. Everything is accelerated. If you hadn't noticed, things that used to take years take a month. Things that used to take a month take a day. It's all around you in every market. BTC back to 200,000 much sooner than bears think. Yeah, that's what I just said. I feel like Bitcoin is dropping fast. So it's just like quick reset. We just need to get it down and then restart. Some more sentiment here. Pawn says, I honestly have no idea if we are close to a crash, a melt-up, World War III, an AI industrial revolution, a mother of all short squeezes, a depression, a recession, or aliens, but it sure feels like all of them at once. Yeah, and then the Silver Ram says, you're describing a global liquidity crisis. Oscar Ramos says, current manipulation sucks, but the greatest super cycle will be biblical future crypto millionaires. Oh, millionaires, where are you at? Yep, now is the time. I mean, if you want to be a future crypto millionaire, now is the time. Not when it's up. Leah Helpern says, Vitalik has sold 5,120,000 in ETH this week. Why is he doing this if it's not like he needs the money? What does he know that's about to happen? Yeah, I was complaining too that why is this dude selling? Why is this dude taking money out of ETH? Like, seriously. Gene Simmons, my personal philosophy, Bitcoin is to hold, hodl. I firmly believe in the future. You need to do your own research and make your own decisions. Good advice from Gene Simmons. I didn't know that he was a Bitcoin dude. Me checking on the homies I shilled AVAX to at 30. Yeah, this is me. I was shilling it to myself. I was buying at 30. Oh yeah, I was buying at 30 thinking, okay, it's going to go back to 150. Bitcoin maxis, realizing institutions were never on our side. DiCaprio, the most memed dude ever. President pro-crypto, administration pro-crypto, Fed chairman nominee pro-crypto, BlackRock pro-crypto, Swift pro-crypto, banks pro-crypto, everything is pro-crypto except crypto. That's true. That's true. So the big lesson today is that no matter how many things are going in favor of crypto, it doesn't mean it's going to go up. Right now, the cycle is winning. People are selling. It's like it just needs to be reset. It's like Bitcoin has to go up and down, up and down. And no matter what news, no matter what happens, I mean, look at this. This was a big move. You can't tell compared to the other ones, but up, down, way up, halfway down, way up again, down, way up, down, up, and now it's going down. That's just the way it is with crypto, with Bitcoin. So right now, the cycle, unless there's manipulation, unless there's big time manipulation from the big boys so they can get their Bitcoin cheaper, I don't know. Unless it's that, the cycle has more strength than all the news and all the good things that are happening. So that's it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow, Friday. Bye.